Alrighty. Welcome to Essential Oils 101. I think this is probably like the 5th or 6th time we've done this particular webinar, so it's getting pretty exciting. It's feeling more in a rhythm, and I just get more and more excited to share with you guys because as I get more and more confident and I'm learning more at the same time. So tonight what you're going to learn is a little bit about me, a little bit about the company Ameo and why we're going to be talking about those oils, the quality and etc. You're also going to kind of learn what to do, what not to do with oils. You're going to hear all about my favorites, and they're all my favorites. So as I say this is my favorite, it's not really my favorite because I can't pick a favorite. And then I'm going to tell you how to order and what that looks like. And you're also going to get actually 2 special bonuses tonight. So you guys are really lucky, and this is the first time for the double special bonus. So me, I am a wife of 3 beautiful children, or sorry, mom of 3 beautiful children, a wife to a husband who just had knee surgery today, so it's been a bit crazy in my house. I'm really, really passionate about helping other people, whether that be in their wealth, in their personal development, in their goals and dreams. And I'm also really committed to health and wellness and learning more about that on my own personal journey and sharing it with you guys. And I also am leading something called the Health Rev Oil-lution. So using essential oils to benefit our health and vitality. And yeah, that's sharing that. Can you guys just maybe mute yourselves? I forgot to mute before I got into the webinar. Okay, Dr. Joshua Plant. This is the guy who's kind of behind all of the Ameo essential oil products. And so it's kind of important that I talk about him because you'll understand when you hear his story, but he's so, so brilliant that knowing if he puts out a new product, I know that it's beneficial to me. And I don't even second guess that. I trust him. And so he, as you can see, was graduated first in his class from Harvard Medical School, but he didn't start there. Him and his wife were actually, he was actually stocking shelves at Target, and his wife was they were expecting their first baby. So they were chatting one day, and she said, well, you know, we can't really afford to live on a Target wage. What do you think you're going to do? And he said, well, I've always liked science. So she said, let's do it. And he enrolled at the University of Utah, was quickly picked up by Harvard Medical School when they realized how brilliant he actually was. He was given a full scholarship. He completed his 7-year program in 3.5 years at the top of his class. Now, after that, he was sought out by pharmaceutical companies, people who really wanted the brains of Dr. Plant working for them. And he said that he had a lot of offers with a lot of zeros behind those offers. And he turned them all down, and he knocked on the door of Kenneth Brailsford, who is the founder of Zeta International. And he said he wanted to be part of the solution, not a part of the problem. So now he oversees all of our research and development for all of our products, and he just is amazing. There was a webinar last night, actually. I attended one of his webinars. It was absolutely brilliant. And so he created this thing called the clinical grade essential oils. So basically what he's done is he's taken science and Mother Nature and paired them together, where this hasn't really been done before. Well, it has been done a little bit, but not to this level. He's taken it and just notched it up a level. So our oils are what he calls Certi-5. So these are the 5 things that they have to go through in order to be good enough for Ameo. One of them is the sourcing. So this is like the botany of the plants are tested. I don't even understand it all, but it's just amazing. The soil and, you know, when it's supposed to rain and when it's supposed to be sunny and all those different kinds of things are taken into effect. And then we also test that the essential oils actually permeate human cells. So every single batch of our oils is tested, and if they don't permeate our human cells, then they're rejected. And this is really, really important because essential oils do have the potential to penetrate your cells, but if you're not buying if you're buying something that's diluted or mixed, it might say pure essential oil on it, but you're not getting pure frankincense oil. You might be getting a blend of something else. So that's really, really important. And also the toxins or anything that might be in that oil from a pesticide that's used, we test for all of those things. We have experts from around the world. Dr. Penoel, he is a little French essential oil aromatherapist guy. He's hilarious. He comes and speaks for us all the time. He backs our products and makes sure that they're to the highest quality. And then the best part of all is that there's a website. And on the bottle of every single essential oil bottle, I don't have one handy. Oh, there we go. On the bottom of every single bottle, there's a batch number. And you can actually go to the AmayoDifference.com website and you can enter that batch number. And we will show you every single test that's run on that particular batch of oil and video of it permeating live human cells. Now this is where Amayo really, really is different from other essential oil companies, because if you could call a lot of essential oil companies and ask for those tests, most of the time you won't get them. I can't guarantee that you won't get them, but a lot of people have tried to do that and not gotten any. So here's some video on the bottom left there of the oils going into the cells. That's pretty cool. And that's kind of what the website looks like when you're going to enter in the batch code. Now, there's 3 different ways you can use oils. You can use them topically, so you either need to dilute them or you can use them full strength. When you buy a package, you do get a little cheat sheet. And the cheat sheet will tell you which ones you can, which ones you have to dilute, which ones you're not allowed to take internally, which ones are sensitive to the sun. But I always say trust your body, trust your smell, trust your nose, because something like lavender is a very, very gentle oil, and you can put that directly on your skin and it's not going to irritate it. But if you smell something and it smells really hot or spicy, that kind of tells your brain, this could irritate my skin. Not necessarily that it can't go on your skin, but just that it should be diluted. We use a fractionated coconut oil, and fractionated coconut oil basically is a coconut oil that stays liquid at room temperature. So it just has some of the fatty acids removed. But you could use regular coconut oil. All you would have to do is just melt it in your hand a minute and then apply it. Now, when using essential oils on babies and putting them on your skin, for babies, you want to make sure that you dilute 1 drop of oil into a tablespoon, 1 drop of essential oil into a tablespoon of a carrier oil. So you might have grapeseed oil or something like that. That would be fine. And for toddlers, 1 teaspoon of carrier oil for 1 to 2 drops of essential oil. You can also use them aromatically, which is sort of in the past been the most common use of essential oils. So basically what that means is breathing them in. You could, if you don't have a diffuser, just simply put a drop on your hand, rub them together, and just breathe it in that way. We have 2 different types of diffusers. One uses water, which is a little bit more of a gentler effect. I like to use that one in a bedroom at night. It's very calming, soothing. That's the one that I've got going on in the background there. And the little light changes colored, it steams, and it's pretty. But it is a lower concentration of oil in the air. And then there's one called the nebulizing diffuser, and that one uses a tiny, tiny little bit of oil, and it basically uses an atomizer, so it kind of breaks up the particles and shoots it into the air, and it's more concentrated, so you can smell it faster. It works better in a big room. I use it in my living room and kitchen area. It's kind of loud. You could use it in your bedroom, but what I would suggest is putting it in your room for about an hour before you go to bed, and then when you go to bed, turn it off. And the particles will stay in the room for 6 to 8 hours afterwards, so you're still getting the benefits all night long as you sleep. And the last way that you can use them is you can actually take them internally. Now, I am talking about only mayo oils that you can take internally. I would not suggest going to a health food store and just taking anything off the shelf, because I don't know where that's come from. If you do your research and you know and you trust it, then go ahead. But you can add them to water, you can add them to your tea, you can put them in, I make salad dressings with them, or you could just put them in a veggie cap and swallow it like that. A veggie cap is just, that clear coating that goes around a vitamin that encapsulates herbs and stuff. We sell those just empty, so you can put a couple drops in there. I have a friend, she uses clove oil before she goes to bed, and clove oil is really hot and spicy. It doesn't taste very good, but it's really, really good for acne, so she uses it for her skin. Another way is like you could put it on a spoonful of honey if you wanted a kid to take it internally, or somebody who just doesn't like things that taste gross. So a couple of things to be careful of. You want to make sure that when you're drinking your essential oils, you do out of a glass or stainless steel. You don't want to drink it out of plastic. If you do drink out of plastic, I always say make sure you drink really fast and then you rinse out the cup really, really well. Only because if it breaks down any of the plastic, then you'll actually be absorbing those toxins into your body. Not every oil is good for ingesting, and I did kind of say that before, that you get a cheat sheet, but you will notice when you get your kit, if you get a kit or whichever oils you get, some have a top that's really easy to squeeze or to turn off, and some have like the child safe push down turn cap. Those ones are a red flag saying, don't drink me, don't drink me. You want to be careful not to touch the dropper of the essential oil. Most of them are antibacterial, and they won't kind of grow germs or anything, but it's just, some of them can last 3 to 5 years. So you just want to make sure you take care of them. You want to keep them out of the sunlight or just direct light at all. That's why they're in dark amber bottles, because they're trying to reduce the amount of light that they get. And you want to make sure that the caps are on really tight, because they will evaporate and they can be quite expensive, so you don't really want to waste them. Storing them in a cool, dark place will get the most longevity out of your oils. Does anybody have any questions? You can type it in the little chat box. I know I'm going kind of fast. Okay, moving on. Okay, lavender. Now we're going to talk about the oils individually. And I'm going to talk specifically about the Basic 9 kit. That's pretty much the starter package, and it gives you a good variety of oils in it. So I'm just going to share with you a few different ways that you can use each one of these oils, and just give you some kind of ideas of how far these oils really can take you. Because I know before I got started, I just thought that essential oils were some hippie perfume that it just smelled pretty. I didn't really know that there was benefits to my body by using them. So lavender is probably one of the most common essential oils that when I ask people in my classes what do they use, most people have used this one at one point or another. I didn't know that there was like literally hundreds of ways to use lavender. One of the main ones that always comes up is sleeping, calming. It's great for those fussy babies. Putting it in your bath is really nice. It's also really, really good for burns. Like if you have a burn, I had one on my hand once. I put lavender on it and it took the pain away immediately. Within 3 days, you wouldn't even know that my burn was there. I also use it for spraying down my mattress when I'm changing my sheets. Just put a little bit in some water in a spray bottle. There's also spray bottles in the back office, you guys, and they are the dark amber ones. I suggest they're super cheap. I think they're $1 or $2 each. I suggest getting a couple of those. You're going to want to have a lot on hand when you're getting started with essential oils. But you can put it directly on your skin. You could use it right on your acne spots. You can rub a little bit in coconut oil and use it for baby diaper rash. Awesome for relieving the itch on bug bites. I add it to my laundry. You can use it in a spray bottle for cleaner. So literally the same spray bottle that you spray on your sheets can be used to clean your bathroom countertops. It's a great antibacterial. So I use lavender in my cleaners for the summertime. Lavender and lemon together, it's a great mix. Or even lavender and a little bit of lemongrass. Okay, it's great for bruises. You can put this directly in your cut skin and it doesn't sting or burn. My kids, every time they get a cut or something, I'm like, ooh, let me take a picture. Okay, before lavender, now after lavender. They're like, Mom, really? Not a science experiment. Peppermint. Oh, peppermint, you've saved me so many times. Amazing for digestion. You can put it right on your tummy. Like if I eat a meal and I know I'm going to regret it, like it's bloaty and it's going to make me feel uncomfortable afterwards, I just rub peppermint right on my tummy in a clockwise direction. You could put a drop of peppermint in your tea. You could just put it right in a veggie cap and take it, swallow it down, but I think the taste is awesome. We also have it in the little beadlet forms, so you can just pop a little bead and it kind of pops in your mouth and you get the little tiny drop of peppermint oil. That's delicious. We used those on the way home from Utah after driving in the car for 17 hours. Had a little bit of motion sickness once in a while, and that was really handy. It's all I've ever used on my 2-year-old for fevers. Because it's a natural antipyretic, so it will cool your skin and bring down your body temperature. Now, this is something that you want to obviously be careful with. I'm not saying to not take Tylenol. I'm just saying that a lot of people, what they do is as soon as their child has a little bit of a temperature, it's like, boom, Tylenol. Well, you don't actually want to take away that heat, because that's the body's natural defense to fight off whatever it has. So if you're fighting a mild temperature, absolutely try peppermint. You might need to use it every 15 minutes to a half an hour to get it under control. It's not quite the same, works for 4 hours after one dose kind of thing. Great for headache relief. A lot of people use this. It's super simple. I mean, if you can carry Tylenol in your purse, you can carry peppermint in your purse. Put a drop on your hand, a little bit on your temples. I always do it like right on my hairline. I don't know if you guys can see me very well because this is going down a bit. Little drop right on your hairline because the vapor kind of goes in your eyes and you'll think that you got it in your eyes, but you don't. Back of your neck, a little bit across your forehead, and then take the rest and just inhale deeply. That works like a charm on headaches. What else? It's great to keep away ants, spiders, even mice and rodents don't like it. If you have a travel trailer or garage and you want to keep the pests away, put it on a little cotton ball and just tuck it in the corners. Not only will your trailer smell great, but rodents will avoid it. What else? Oh, I add a couple drops of this to my chocolate shake. Delish, tastes like an after eight. Yum, yum. What else do we got here? Overall, it's just an awesome oil. I rarely leave home without it. Lemon. Lemon's kind of a funny one because I really underestimated lemon before I started using it. But what happened for me is that I got started in essential oils because my son had a cold and he's his chest is very weak. It's kind of where colds and sicknesses go and they stay there for a long time. He coughs and coughs and coughs and coughs. We used lemon oil and a respiratory blend on his chest. And we just covered his chest and the sides and his back, anywhere where his lungs were. And lemon oil is really good at breaking up the mucus in your chest. And his cold symptoms were gone in 2 days. I'm not saying that we don't get sick, but when we do, we use the oils right away. And our illnesses are turned over much faster than by filling our bodies full of chemicals. It's great for your digestion. You can boost your metabolism with it. I drink it in my water all day long. I love having a hot cup of water with a little bit of honey and a couple drops of lemon. Amazing. When I come home from grocery shopping, I fill my sink full of cold water. I add 1 cup of vinegar and a couple drops of lemon and just let my vegetables soak for probably about 20 minutes. And then I just rinse it all off afterwards. It gets all the wax and toxins and gross stuff, especially off those apples, and just everything. It leaves your fruit and vegetables crisp and sparkly and delicious. And I find that it actually lasts longer, like my vegetables are lasting longer when I soak it in that. And our favorite combo in this house right now, I don't know if anybody else out there is suffering from allergies, but lemon, lavender, and peppermint together is an amazing combo for allergy relief. We used to be a Benadryl a day family, and when there's 3 or more of you taking Benadryl a day, that gets pretty expensive. But now we just wake up in the morning, we have a little shot of water, add 1 drop of each of those, and just shoot it back. You could do that probably 2 or 3 times a day. If you got a little one and you really don't want them to be taking the oils internally, you could always apply it topically. But lemon oil is one of those ones that you want to be careful not to go out in the sun afterwards, because have you ever done one of those spray hair things? They used to be called sun-in. Well, it's basically just lemon juice in a spray bottle, and you go out in the sun, and then it bleaches your hair. It's kind of what lemon oil will do to your skin. It will basically burn your skin. So if you got a little one, just make sure that they're covered up, or you could put it in the diffuser for them in their room at night, kind of thing. Lemon oil is a great cleaner. I also use it to remove any sticky surfaces. So if I buy like a glass or something and it's got a sticker on it and you can't quite peel the sticker off, just a little bit of lemon oil on a cotton ball works like a charm. And recently I found out, this is a new one, a little bit of lemon oil in a water in a spray bottle for killing aphids, especially like on your roses. I know they're pretty bad right now. So you can just spray that on your roses or whatever it is that you're trying to kill the aphids off it. And it won't harm the plant. Questions, anybody? I know I've given you a lot of information. Okay, moving on. Oh, here's my favorite of all favorites. Good old Frank. This is a funny looking little tree, and I like putting this in here because when you think about where essential oils came from so many years ago, I would never just think to myself that it would be my intuition to stumble across this funny looking tree, cut the bark, get a sap and a resin, and create an essential oil from that. Not only an essential oil, but the essential oil. They call frankincense the king of oils. I always say if it's good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for me. You can seriously, before I even talk about it, do your own research on frankincense. I've read stories upon stories of how frankincense has had tremendous health benefits to people. Also, a funny little thing is that when they opened King Tut's tomb, they found vials of essential oil, frankincense essential oil, that still had liquid in it. So thousands and thousands of years, his body was mummified in frankincense because they used it for mummification so they could preserve the body. So that just it tells me so much right there. And again, there's a lot of things that I can't tell you about frankincense because I believe them, but I can't tell you them because I'm just not legally allowed to do that. But go on www.pubmed.gov and look up frankincense, and you will see tons of white paper, peer-reviewed white papers that are doctors and scientists and researchers, and they're looking at frankincense and all the amazing things that it can do for your body. Just go on Pinterest. There's tons. It's amazing smell. I love it. It's definitely different, earthy, but it's really, really, really good for your skin. So you can use it to hydrate your skin. You can use it for fine lines, wrinkles, age spots, sun damage. I used it on my daughter for teething relief. It's the only thing that I used. So basically, I would put a little bit of coconut oil in a tiny little glass bowl, and I would put a drop of frankincense oil in there. And with my clean finger, I would just dip it in there and rub it right on her gums. It's anti-inflammatory, and it's just got this soothing feeling. And I trusted it more than I trusted baby Orajel, which I didn't know what that was, and I'm sure it's full of chemicals. And if you really are nervous about it, try it on your own gums first. It's actually a really nice, calming feeling, and it's kind of I think it's got a sweet taste to it. Also, I don't suffer from migraines, but I do have friends that do. And we use this trick where we just put a drop of frankincense on your thumb and rub it on the roof of your mouth. And it seems to help. Again, it's not Tylenol or pharmaceuticals. So it doesn't you can't just try it and it'll work for 4 hours. You might need to try it a few times. But it seems to help. ProShield. So this is one of the blends. Oh, just going to go back to frankincense quickly. Frankincense is also really, really good for respiratory health. So if you've got a cold or a chest infection, anything like that, I love the combo of frankincense, lemon, and soothing air. And I'm going to talk about soothing air in a minute here. So ProShield, I'm not going to spend too much time on this right now because we're kind of out of the cold and flu season, although we are in the traveling season where germs and viruses and all that stuff still hang about. So if I go anywhere where there's a lot of people, or even if I'm at a kid's birthday party and there's a lot of germs going around, this definitely either you can put on the bottom of your feet. This also comes in the beadlet form, so you could pop a couple beadlets. You could rub it on your neck if you have a sore throat. Put it on a spoonful of honey and take it that way. Just like Buckley's, tastes terrible, and it works. My husband was about to go for surgery today, and a few days ago he's like, I feel sore throat coming on, and he just applied the ProShield, and sure enough, it went away within 2 days. It's great for boosting your immune system, and it's a staple in this house around cold and flu season. I have it in my diffuser, and when my kids come home from school, I just turn that on for an hour, and it just kills all the germs in the air. It kills whatever they're bringing in, and I just feel safer knowing that that we have that going on in the house all the time. So in that blend is a lot of clove, cinnamon. It's very, very high in clove and cinnamon. There's lemongrass, orange, lemon, rosemary in there. So it's a really nice blend. It kind of smells like Christmas, I think. Soothing Air. So this is the respiratory blend, the one that I was telling you about with the frankincense and the lemon. This is very, very high in eucalyptus, so it kind of smells like Vicks. And I don't know if you've ever heard of that old trick where you put Vicks on your feet if you've got a cold or a cough or something. So I always say this is like Vicks on steroids without the toxins and chemicals. You can diffuse it overnight. I love putting this one in the diffuser when I go to bed because it's really calming and soothing. You could apply it topically. You could even put a drop in your shower and just let the steam breathe in. Or, I don't know if you've ever done one of these, but I did when I was a kid. And you put your head over a bowl of like super, super hot water and put a towel over it and just breathe it in. That's a great trick with a drop of soothing air in there, but you just want to close your eyes because it is pretty strong. It feels amazing. But yeah, there's actually frankincense in there already, cypress, peppermint, rosemary, and there's 2 kinds of eucalyptus in there. You want to be a little bit careful when you're using this one around babies. And you always have to remember that with essential oils, more isn't always better. You want to be careful with the amounts that you're using. I used it on my baby and she was fine, but you just want to watch that it doesn't cause problems with their breathing. Muscle Mend. This is like, the athlete's best friend. If you work out in a gym and you're sore the next day and you want to work out faster, this is a great way to repair your muscles. Kids with growing pains, this works great. It reminds me of Tiger Balm or like an Icy Hot. It's got that cool and hot at the same time. I have a friend and she is a runner and she always has glute pain. That's just part of her thing. She just doesn't run without glute pain. And she tried the Muscle Mend one time and she ran a marathon without 1 stitch of glute pain. So she calls it the miracle oil and she will never go on another run without it. Also really good for tension headaches because it's so high in wintergreen. It's one of the main oils in this blend. And so again, you could just do what you do with the peppermint and apply it to the temples or even just like massaging it into your neck or get something to massage it into your neck. You could always say you have a headache and that's a really good sneaky way to get a massage. All in all, this is a great oil to have on hand. Sorry, I talk so much that I have to have a drink of water. Pure Tranquility. This one's got lavender, bergamot, ylang ylang. Ylang ylang is a great oil for anybody who suffers from depression or just feeling blue or low or sad. So I like this oil. It's a great sort of bedtime sleepy oil. You could use it in a bath, mix it in some Epsom salts. And while I'm talking about baths quickly, you always want to make sure that you dilute your oils when you have a bath. So whether that be Epsom salts, or you could even use Dr. Bronner's cast iron soap. So basically, if you want to use the soap, I just, fill my hand full of the cast iron soap, put a couple drops of the Pure Tranquility in or whatever essential oil you're using, and just rub my hands under the running water. Or like I said, you could shake it up in some Epsom salts, get into the tub, and then disperse the Epsom salts in the bath. This one's really good to add to a roller ball. just like this. You can buy these like empty roller balls anywhere. You can buy them online at Amazon for a couple bucks each. I just have them filled up in my purse, in my car, wherever. And if you're feeling a little bit of anxiety, if you're feeling nervous about anything, just, put a little bit on your wrists, smell it. It's great for kids. You can apply it right to the back of their neck. This one's even gentle enough to put on baby's feet if you had it diluted in the coconut oil already. And it just smells really pretty, so a lot of people like to use it sort of as a natural perfume. It's got sandalwood and Roman chamomile in it too, so just all around a beautiful, relaxing, gentle oil. Determination, so we go from pure tranquility to determination. Again, really high in wintergreen, so you could use it for a headache as well. I like to diffuse this one when I'm in my office because it's just really great for mental clarity, really great for boosting your energy, waking you up, making you feel more confident, less anxiety, all those great things. And because of the wintergreen, it can be put on bruises or to sore muscles, just like you would use kind of the muscle mend too. Okay, so those are, don't want to show you that too soon. Those are sort of the top oils that come in the packages. And now I'm going to talk about the summer survival tips. Now, a few of these summer survival oils are not in the packages. So there's always a way to order them, so don't worry. I will talk to you about that afterwards. All right, dun, dun, dun. Summer survival tips by Andrea McCrae. Okay, number one thing that everyone's asking me right now is tick repellent. Tick repellent, lavender, lemongrass, eucalyptus. You can mix this in a shaker or a spray bottle and just spray it right on wherever wherever you don't have kind of clothing. Always, if you're going out in the woods, wear long sleeves and wear pants and wear a hat for sure. But this is great for dogs too. You could spray it on the dogs and ticks will avoid that. And if you didn't have the spray bottle ready and you're just like running out the door, just put some of the coconut oil in your hand and rub it on your skin. Okay? It doesn't have to be hard. Essential oils doesn't have to be as confusing as I make it sound, I guess. Bug repellent. So here's a neat fact. Research suggests that lemongrass prevents mosquito bites for up to 88 minutes, and that's a 99% accuracy on that. So again, you could use DEET or OFF or any of those things. Toxins, poisons, chemicals in your skin, just smell it. It smells gross. So, I always suggest, what I did when I got started in essential oils was I said, this probably has chemicals in it, the thing that I'm using. How can I make it without chemicals? How can I make it a natural way? And before some of you guys got on the line, I was telling a little story that my stepdad, he put on this blend that we have called Pure V, and Pure V is very high in citronella, which is not good for animals, by the way. But put on Pure V and lemongrass in just a little bit of coconut oil, rubbed it on his hand, put it right under the light where there was a whole bunch of mosquitoes and nothing even landed on him. It was kind of creepy because there was like hundreds of them in this one little spot. Peppermint is a really, really good one. You could use it by yourself. You could combine them all together. I have a friend, she used peppermint when they went camping with her kids as a bug repellent, and I guess these teenagers walked past her campsite like, smells like candy canes around here. So she had a chocolate that, but you could put it in a spray bottle, and again, just like the tick repellent, spray down with water, or you could apply it with coconut oil. And just remember that if you're using it for babies, you want to dilute it even more or use less essential oils for that. And if I was doing a baby blend, I would do more lavender. Like maybe if you did 5 drops of lavender, you would do 2 drops of peppermint and 1 drop of pure V kind of thing. Afterbite, again, you can put it in one of those roller balls, so you kind of got it as like a little first aid kit. Lavender and tea tree is great. It takes the itch away. You could mix it with some witch hazel, because witch hazel is really good for healing your skin and reducing the itch even more. Okay, awesome fact. Pro Shield, the one that I was telling you about that has clove and cinnamon in it, you can put Pro Shield directly on a bee sting. It will neutralize the toxins and the poison, which will reduce the swelling, and it reduces the pain. Awesome. Who would have known? Sunburn, you can add it to aloe vera. Aloe vera is great for sunburns. So you could add lavender and peppermint to the aloe vera before you put it on. The lavender is really healing for your skin, and like I said before, peppermint is a natural antipyretic, so it will cool you down and take away that burning feeling. Or you could apply lavender and peppermint directly to your skin. Both of those are safe without dilution. And if you didn't have any aloe and you wanted it diluted, you could also just dilute it with coconut oil. For babies, you want 1 teaspoon of aloe vera, 5 drops of lavender, and 1 drop of tea tree oil. You could apply that up to 3 times daily. And if you have children over 5, you would do the same as the baby recipe. So 1 teaspoon of aloe, 5 drops of lavender, 1 drop of tea tree, and you could add 1 drop of peppermint if they're over 5. Okay? And heat exhaustion. Peppermint, again, antipyretic, cools your body. Like, this is just amazing. You could put it on the tips of your ears. Okay? Massage into the tips of your ears to cool your body. Along your forehead, your shoulders, your back, and your neck. And you could put it on your body, like say you put it on your chest and cover it with a cool, damp cloth, just to even bring down the temperature even further. And you could probably do that with a fever and stuff as well. So those are my tips for now. I mean, I've tried quite a few of these. The bee sting one I haven't tried, and I kind of hope I don't have to, but if I do, I'll let you know. Sunburn, I've tried the lavender. It works awesome, and I have not had to use the heat exhaustion one, but I mean, that can happen anytime. It doesn't have to be in the middle of summer, you guys. With just the weather changes and us not paying attention or not thinking that we need sunscreen, and we do need sunscreen, the sun can take it out of us. So just remember those, and if you ever don't remember, shoot me a text. Okay, how to order. By the way, that was one of your bonus surprises. How to order. You can do a few things. You can order one of these packages that I have listed. Obviously, when you order a package, you get more bang for your buck. So these ones are included. There's basically a free diffuser and a free couple of oils included when you get these ones. And the difference between, the top one, the basic 9, and the bottom one is the size of the bottle of oil. Okay. So for instance, frankincense. Frankincense is about $90 for a 15 ml bottle. And in the basic 9 kit, you just get a mini. So these are the difference in sizes. There's a 15 ml bottle and a 5 ml bottle, okay? And so that you have a general idea, my frankincense, I use it for I use it every day on my skin, but I also give out samples. I use it in demos, and mine lasts me about 6 months. So I would say the average person, it would probably last you about a year. And then there's something like lemon. Lemon's about $11. So they sort of vary in price everywhere in between. So if you want to get a package, that's always the way to go, because you do get the free diffuser and you end up getting a bundle deal sort of thing. Now, if you don't want a package and you're like, oh, well, I just really want the summer survival oils, I want the lemongrass and the lavender and the peppermint and stuff, you can do that too. But what you would have to do is you would pay a $20 membership fee. And if you had bought the kit, then the $20 membership fee is included in the kit. And then you would just order your oils sort of one at a time. And when you buy the kit, you also get a wholesale membership for a year, which is a $20 value. You also get a welcome kit. There's a reordering site, all sorts of great things. And as a bonus, I will give you a 15-minute consultation call with me, so we can really talk a little bit deeper about what you need the oils for and how to specifically use them for you and your family. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, quiet bunch today. Also, there's a fabulous opportunity. If you're like me and you love sharing the message of health and wellness, if you love inspiring others, if you love learning, if you love freedom and working at the playground with your kids, then we need to chat, because that's what I get to do, and I love every minute of it. Zeja's a Mayo, I should say, is an amazing company to work for. We have two other divisions of our company. One is natural vitamin supplements, and also it's called Ripsticks division, and that is pre-post workout, just all amazing, natural. We need a whole other webinar for those divisions as well. But there's many, many rewards from working with this company. I've been on a free cruise. I qualified for a Mercedes-Benz program. And I also get free product every month on whatever I purchase. So whether or not you're doing a business or you're just a customer, you can still earn free product back on whatever you purchase. And I can teach you how to do that. So your last bonus of the day is this awesome group. If you decide to join us and purchase a package, then you can have the choice, if you'd like to join our accountability group. And right now we're focusing on getting sort of beach body ready. It's me along with these two other amazing women. Juliana Heaney, she is nuts about fitness and healthy eating and meal prepping, and she's got tons of resources and always posting awesome recipes and then there's also Alicia. She's a registered holistic nutritionist. So I had a question for her the other day. I'm like, I'm eating a lot of chia seeds. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, can I eat too many of these things? And so she talks to us about that kind of stuff. So we're on a 10-week plan right now. We're only into the second week. So if it's something that you really want help with, even if you want to lose a couple pounds, you want to be able to lift more weights, whatever your personal goal is, we totally help you and achieve that. So with that, I am going to open up the lines for anybody to ask any questions. If you have, sort of more than a question or two, then maybe that's something that we need to set up a follow-up phone call with, and you can ask me directly. And like I said, we can get into it a little deeper of what would be a best solution for you if you need help picking a package or anything like that. I'd love to chat with you about that. And yes, so hang on one second here. All right. Any questions? Sophie, do you got a question for me?
Sorry, Andrea.
No? Okay, good. Well, that means I covered a lot.
No, sorry.